right. Welcome back, Mythlanders, for session 41 of Goblin Stone. Last session, our heroes made it back down through the slime-filled sewage waters back to the Tower of Ogma. They managed to cleanse the relics that were tainted and to get a long rest. After that, they had decided during their rest to go north back into the Goblin Shrine and through the secret door that the Strangler took to escape them. Hoping to go back, a floor upward. They know they will end up in the area controlled by another Goblin magic user known as Greenbelly by Merlun. And from there, perhaps onward and upward, ascending the tower toward the Masters. Let's check in with our players and see what you all recall from last session. So, Big Bry, any notes, any questions? Nice. All right. Well, how about you, Clifford? Nick, beat. Oh, you're good. Let's see here. All right, let's try that again. Sorry about that. So, Big Bry, what do you recall from last session?
It is dark, and Lokeg came down after Cliff and is ready to drink goblin blood.
Nice. Nick beat. What about you?
Oh, yeah. I'm very excited to be getting away from the horde of bugbears. I know Cliff is wounded, but he'll be okay.
Got some strong allies.
Yes. Feeling good.
All right. Locator, how about you?
We cleansed a bunch of artifacts. We're at the high point of our character's power curve to this point, and somebody still managed to hit Clifford for 122,603 damage with one hit. But we'll get him patched up.
All right, Jay Fink. How about you, Jay Finky?
Yeah, not too much to add. Post our quick rest in the stone. We slipped off the similar rope so we didn't have to fight more slimes, and are heading back to the ritual room and fighting these bugbears that we had a feeling were down here before heading that way.
And not all of them were killed in the explosions caused by Gravelix and Clifford. Well, how about you, Pon Pon? Welcome back. And do you have any questions about what's happening or what happened last session?
Well, I just want to celebrate the fact that Helena acquired a 3-shot bow now. That's mega exciting, and I'm informed due to my absence, my rats are literally hanging on by a thread.
Yes, they are. A pretty big thread.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. It's the thread of my love. Kept them going. Yeah, I appreciate being located at a nice distance from these nasty bugbears. I hear that there were a lot of slimes last time too, which is not good. Not good. No surprising Helena's on the top of a building right now.
bring us back to the map, where we will pick up. And you all are currently in combat with these creatures. Alright, as we come back into it and time unfreezes, continuing on its normal rapid pace. Sounds of bugbears snorting, growling, and shouting at coordination to each other is echoed from a cavern to the south. As most of you don't have dark vision, you can only see the bugbears because they're around the source of flame that Clifford uncovered at great personal risk to himself. But starting at the top of the order is Lokag.
Everyone, get down here! And Lokag wants to remind everyone that he's raging with the rat. So any enemies within 5 feet of him, you all have advantage with your attacks. Lokag himself is going to recklessly attack the bugbear directly in front of him, the one right here, and attack it twice with the glaive. His blue steel glamour, getting a 23 and a 19 to hit.
Those are both going to hit.
Excellent. That'll do 13 and 10. No, we're going to savage attack that second one and see if we can do any better. Nope, we can't. So 13 and 10 damage to this bugbear.
The bugbear gives a ragged cry of pain, stumbles up against the wall, but does not fall. Continues holding its studded mace in 2 hands.
And bonus action, pulse strike it for 21.
But that is a hit as well.
Excellent. It will do 9 damage.
You can feel free to describe or pass as you take the bugbear down.
Gives it very tactical slice, and it's wounded across the chest. But the pole is what does it. The little hammer pole comes up, knocks the bugbear as he stumbles back into the wall, right up under the chin, just enough to smash his head back against the wall and knock his lights out.
Nice. Any movement for Lokag?
No, Lokag's going to stay right there.
All right. And next in the order is Millie.
All right.
Wielding the sword of the nameless hero now.
Indeed. Millie's going to turn to the bugbear to the south. Remind me of the wording on that, Aidman, for your advantage. It's creatures within 5 feet of you? Or any ally within 5 feet of you?
No, creatures within 5 feet, so unfortunately.
All right, that's what I thought. No worries. She'll swipe at that bugbear. Only 13 to hit.
13 is going to miss.
Alright.
Check on that one, I believe so. Yeah, a 13 is just barely going to miss.
Alright. Attack number 2. Natural 20.
Nice. For a 28, that's definitely going to hit. This one was already hurt, and now it is looking very hurt. Its eyes dart left and right. Its head swivels as if it's looking for escape.
Alright, that is my action, and not going to use any bonus actions here. That is
Your
me.
sword didn't add your strength or the +3 damage or anything. It just did 2d8.
It did 2d8 plus 5. The 6 was the
that's what the
2d8.
Oh, okay. I'm
The
sorry.
6 is the
I see.
2d8. Yeah,
I got it.
confusing.
All right. That bugbear uses its action to disengage. Let me double check on that. Yep, uses its action to disengage and flees toward the cavern to the south. Next in the order is Helena. Give me just a moment. I got a sound issue I'm going to take care of.
Rage of the Rat.
Oh,
I'm
right.
hearing that. I'm hearing that to Eye of the Tiger.
Are you hearing what to
Something
Eye of the
I-
Tiger?
Rage of the Rat.
It's the rage of the rat, the bite of their jaws. I don't know.
Yeah. Better stand out and watch out for their claws. Red.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I guess that they can't race ahead of the other things on the rope.
They can.
They can?
Mhm.
Okay. They're just like crawling all over them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bubby's big though.
Yeah.
It's okay, they're goblins. They're used to rats
Okay.
crawling all over.
It's like a funicular. It's a funicular. You just can all slide down.
Let's see. They can move, what, 30? 30?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. Can't zoom out. I want them to go up towards the bugbear towards the north. I suck at this. Oh, I keep trying to do it where, like, yes, that.
Yeah, remember if you just left click to grab the token, and then you immediately right click or hit Q, it should start to measure.
I tried, and the last time y'all tried, I keep trying. I can't get it. I'm sorry.
That's alright.
We'll just have him dash because, you know, we'll get him as close as we can. Yeah.
Oh,
there we
yeah.
go.
Yeah. And that dude's dead, right? I think that bugbear.
He is?
No, he's
I don't know.
hurt.
I don't remember.
Not
He's not
dead.
down?
Not down.
He's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked
All right.
green and healthy to me.
Yeah, it's so the 2024 there's a different script that I've not gotten the old script to work. So I'm having to manually put the X's on the ones that are hurt.
Oh,
Yeah. It's
Weird.
working for you all, but for some reason it's not working for enemy tokens.
okay. So can they get right up next to it, right?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I believe they both can. Yeah.
Bubby too? I would send Bubby to the other one. That's next to Locag.
Okay.
Although there are more bugbears up that way. I can't tell how hurt they are though.
Yeah, there's one up next to Clifford, and then there's the sounds of other bugbears coming from this point here, where I'm pinging on the map.
Oh. I don't know if we want to send Bubby right into the fray. I would be fine with the Verminkin, but not our sweet dear Bubby. Mm-mm. Yeah, we'll just take Bubby up this way.
All right.
And then as for Helena,
Mm-hmm.
from which I can't see right now for some reason. Weird. I can see your name. That's fine. I can grab her. It works.
Most importantly, she can see at least around the brazier.
Yeah, I'm gonna come right up to the edge here. And I guess shoot the one that's next to Locag 3 times with my new bow. I'm so excited.
Okay. You are going to get advantage on. Let's see here. It cannot see you currently, so you're going to get advantage on these attacks.
So my
I'm
last
standing
one.
right next to it.
For my last one, should I add the septic strikes?
Whichever one you want.
Well, I'll save it for the last one.
Okay. Lokag, you started to say something too?
Oh, I was saying, and I'm right next to it. So Rage of Rat, go advantage.
Nice. Well, 17 is going to hit. Those double ones, however, are not. That's going to risk a mishap unless you want to use your inspiration to re-roll those double ones.
No.
All right, then roll a d6 for the mishap on that one.
What happens to Helena? A 1.
Ooh.
Is that like a mishap?
All right, roll the attack again.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
Denver did my septic strikes. I'm gonna add it to
Don't worry, you won't get hurt.
Yeah, this is...
No.
Oh.
Man. All right, so let's see here.
Oh no.
Okay. So that is a 30 to hit Millie.
What?
As you miss and hit one of your allies.
Oh man.
Let's go ahead and roll.
Helena.
Go ahead and roll damage on the first and third attack hit. So go ahead and roll damage on your 3 attacks.
Okay, now I'm gonna turn septic strikes off because that's the D4. So.
Okay.
And then the third one.
Okay, so that's 14 damage to Millie. Let's see damage for your... Okay, sorry. No, I'm sorry. That is... Yeah, we'll just give that 14 to Millie. Now roll damage one more time.
Do I do that on the third one? Or I guess the fourth one? I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, your third one. Okay, and so 14 to the bugbear as well, who is very, very hurt, but does not drop.
I might need to attune to the bow.
Any more movement for Helena?
No.
All right. The bugbear's eyes get wider as the pack of verminkin, squeaking and clawing their way toward him, get nearer. As the bugbear swings wildly with its morning star at the pack of verminkin. For a 12 to hit. I think that is their armor class. A total of 9 to the verminkin. Putting them at 25 hit points now. A couple of the, vermin are, their bodies are mangled by the spiked mace head. They go tumbling out from the swarm. Next in the order is Clifford Bolt. Still toe-to-toe with one of the bugbears that charged after you.
Yeah, you want to dance? He's going to drop a hunter's mark on him, so you can see him sort of point his rapier at him and taunt him a little bit and look him in the eyes and try to see if he has a soul. Do they? Do they seem like they have a soul, or are they just dead-eyed, monsters?
No,
possessed people?
their eyes are animated. They are definitely living things with souls.
They're not like possessed by the stone. They're like mercenary types, like those creepy guys that are just like. Can they be reasoned with?
You're not sure. Those are definitely different questions. But so far,
Yeah.
you've only met 2 entities in the entire stone that you could reason with, and they're both currently helping you out. That's Gravelix.
All right. Well, I'll make a suggestion. It's best you run before you're dead. And I'll Hunter's Mark him, and I'll attack him twice. I'm gonna booming. Oh, no, I can't attack twice with booming blade and another attack. Right, it's one or the other.
Right. Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just gonna do the blinding blade or whatever, which is a 15.
Let's see, a 15.
I don't know
This
if
one
I'm
has
blessed.
a
Am I
mace in its-
blessed? We blessed or anything? Any other enhancements we forgot? Just wondering. I feel like I got something, long strider or something maybe, but no blessed, right?
I don't think you are blessed. That 15 is going to
All
miss
right.
as it manages to deflect it with its shield.
All right. Hunt. I'll just attack. A second attack on him. And hope I roll better. It's an 18 hit.
18 is a hit.
All right, that's good. And I'll go ahead and oh boy, oh my. And then the Hunter's Mark will do a thing. That's a D6. I'm just gonna roll a D6. So 12 plus 6. Oh my God, 18.
Nice.
With that, I don't know if that drops him,
It
but
does not.
I hope he gets the point. So I stare him down.
All right, make a persuasion or an intimidation check. Assuming you're
Yeah,
speaking to
I'll
a
make a-
goblin.
Oh yeah, if it speaks to Goblinoid, I just say this isn't your fight. We're the new masters, and I'll just intimidate. We'll see how well I do. He's not a big intimidating guy, really. He's just a puppy, really. He's not. And I don't think he's going to move. I think he's pretty good where he's at, unless people think he should. There's darkness if I keep moving back. I think I'm safe where I'm at. I'm going to stay right there.
Okay.
Hold the lines. Do I hear anything coming from the north?
No.
Yeah. All right. Good to know. All right. So I'm good. Thanks.
All right. Yeah. The bugbear its only response is to shake its head and mutter the word "fools." It does not seem intimidated. Next in the order is X.
Well, you can't say I didn't try.
All right, X is going to move up, and I'm going to shoot poison spray at this living bugbear next to Lokag. There's no other living targets there, right? Just that one guy?
Yeah, just that one.
Okay. I will poison spray him in the face.
All right.
And I'll have advantage on that because my friend Lokag is hanging out there, and that makes everything okay.
Oh yeah. That's a hit. 28 is definitely a hit.
All right, 7 damage.
You can feel free to describe or pass as you take the bugbear down.
All right, X is still learning to work with his cantrips, so he's fires up his tattoo and sends this little splash of poison flying over Lokag's shoulder, and it just kind of melts the bugbear's face entirely off.
Nice.
And as he slumps to the floor, X continues his movement, comes up here. Can I hide-ish or no? I don't think where to hide here. Okay, I'll just take my bonus action with my rogue bonus action. I'll move up here by Clifford and say what's up.
All right.
Well, nice to have someone company here. This fella here, he doesn't seem to want to give up. He said something about us being fools, and I don't understand it.
He's on the wrong side of the scales.
He smiles at X.
At this moment, the bugbear gives a savage scream and strikes at you, but a 7 is not going to hit Clifford.
No. And he is blind still. He is blinded, I believe, from the blinding blade. The rapier.
Indeed. It, moving toward the sound, it tries to get closer to you and X.
Mm.
Merlon makes it off the rope. Gains
Aye.
his footing. And again gestures, and his heavy crossbow on his shoulder snaps out a bolt toward the bugbear nearest Clifford.
Hmm.
For some reason, attack roll did not
Don't roll double
show
ones.
up.
Probably the dynamic lighting.
Interesting. There it is. Given that it's blinded, that is going to hit. The bolt does not quite take the figure down. Another bolt from his shoulder misses.
Mm.
Does it count as flanking if I'm flanking with the verminkin?
Yes.
Excellent. That's right. And Lokag will attack this rogue-looking bugbear with flanking. Turn that on. Reckless attack. Okay, that's all checked. Let's go.
Before you go, let me recheck initiative.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. A bugbear comes charging out of the southern cavern, launches a javelin at Millie for a 20 to hit.
Mm.
She manages to deflect it with her shield, I
That'll
believe.
miss.
Yeah. Awesome.
That'll miss.
So, Lokag,
Okay.
as you were saying.
Move, and it was a... Sorry, I already rolled. It was a 26 to hit.
Awesome.
That should be with the flanking bonus. Yes, 26 to hit. All right, that is 15 damage.
Awesome. You can feel free to describe or pass as you take out another bugbear.
Yes. This one is just a quick drive-by. He waves his thanks to the verminkin for giving him flanking and uses the remainder of his movement to get up to this bugbear here. More so I can flank with X, I believe. Yep. That
Beautiful.
should be just about flanking, right?
Yeah, it's Blankenstein
already-
right now.
I'm already recklessly attacking, so we're good to go. I know I don't need it for advantage on this one, but I'm already doing it. Ah, dang, only a 12. He comes in too hot, misses this attack, and then follows up with a pole strike for a 20 to hit.
20 is definitely going to hit.
Excellent. That is 11 damage to this bugbear.
Once more,
Nice.
you can feel free to describe or pass and finish the bugbear off.
So Lokag, seeing that the bugbears are dead around, he sees the bugbear coming from the south, but knows we got to move north. So he kicks it up over this rock, swings around the giant brazier, just quite simply, as this bugbear rogue is distracted by the rats, he just gives it a quick slice under the arm and spills its guts out onto the floor. As he runs by, some of the guts are still on his glaive, and it causes him to be a little thrown off, so he misses his first glaive attack. But this blind bugbear, hearing this sloshing on the floor, looks up just in time for Lokags to kind of do a full swing, and bam! Knock him on top of the head, bonk him with a hammer like he was in a Mario video game.
Awesome. And tumbling, rolling off of his belt is a potion of healing.
Oh, sweet. Clifford, you take that. Last one I got off somebody was amazing. I'm telling you, these things are great.
I could use it. Oh, well, you know what that thing is? It's sticking out of my back. You see it? What is that?
Oh God! And he Logag yanks an arrow out of his back.
It's it's the head
Or
of
a
the
javelin or something.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
Can
now
I-
it's gonna bleed. Oh.
Can I
oh,
object
hold on.
interact, yank the javelin out? Is that fine
Absolutely.
with you? Awesome.
That's
I'm gonna
fine
be
with
like, I'm gonna ask Clifford if I can have it.
Yeah, but if you could just give me... Oh, never mind, I got it. And he grabs a rag and stuffs it in the hole, plugs it up a little bit.
I got the used javelin. This is great. This place is like a treasure trove of stuff.
Yeah, you find the best stuff on the bodies. You know, it's force of habit.
And that's Logag's turn.
All
Yeah.
right. Next in the order is Millie. You can hear movement from the cavern to the south. Bugbears moving their way toward you.
Always fun. Seeing that bugbear, I'm going to switch out sword for crossbow. A few shots. $15 to hit.
Let's see here. A 15 is not quite going to hit. Manages to block the bolt with its shield. 22 is definitely
22
going
to
to
hit. 8 damage, and it is slowed.
Nice.
They'll shout over across the way. Helena, Gravelix, we gotta go.
Fine. Coming.
Any movement? There you go. All right.
Bonus action, lay on hands, 10 points.
Okay. All right. Next in the order.
The rounds go so much quicker when they're dead.
It's true. Next in the order is Helena. You can barely see one bugbear at the edge of the brazer's smoldering light.
Well, let's shoot him before I move across this line. Unless I can shoot him as I'm...
You can make an athletics check or acrobatics check and try to tightrope across while you're firing your bow.
That'd be so awesome.
Gravel looks
I know it's excessive, but...
It's D&D. What are you talking about? Excessive.
Dude, you can
do cool stuff.
You can have my inspiration. Just for that, you can have my inspiration. So
Aww.
just don't even sweat it. I want
Okay.
to see this happen.
Okay.
It may be better to double move here because you're going to get quite far behind the party if you don't catch up with us.
Instead of shooting.
We'll see.
Where? Okay, I'm looking where everybody else is here. I mean, yeah, y'all are pretty up there. But what about this bugbear that's still alive? I could kill him.
If the rope doesn't cost movement, then you'd still be able to get right behind where I am.
Yeah, it's no additional.
So you can still do the
movement.
cool thing.
Yeah.
You can still do the cool thing of shooting and stuff, but you'd end up behind Gravelix, I guess. Yeah? And that would be the end of the movement. Or would you be able to keep moving north? DM.
I mean,
How far can they go? And it's still attack.
so she can move 30 feet. She'll probably still be standing atop the rope if she fires.
Right.
Probably on the
So
road
if
right
you-
about here.
You could also have a look at Zephyr Strike if you have that.
I do.
You definitely do.
Oh, that. Oh, then you can. That's awesome.
Yeah, if that's be the best of both worlds, Pon Pon, if you want to.
Yeah, that's
Little
what
extra
that spell was made for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally good call.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it real quick. It's been a minute since I've used it.
Yeah, it's great. Bonus action. Yes, yeah.
Oh yeah, right, sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
So now it says 1 weapon attack roll on your
Mhm.
turn. Does that just mean 1 out of the 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's try that.
Okay. So you fire from where you're at. I'll have advantage in either case because the bugbear cannot see you.
Oh, I can't fire while I'm going down the thing.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, that's what I want to do. Acrobatics or athletics, you said?
Yeah.
Woo, 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 woo. Rats, 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 rats.
The line is taut and solidly moored. A 12 is going to work just fine.
Oh god, thank you.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
I didn't like that number when I first saw it. I was like, yeah.
12 was the DC I said.
Alright, alright. So then, put these on normal. These are not with advantage, I assume.
They
except for the
are.
front. Oh, okay.
Well, it depends on how close you get when you're firing. If you get within 60 feet and into its dark vision radius, they're not going to be with advantage anymore. But you've got, the whole rope to travel down before you're within 60 feet of it.
Yeah, I mean, I want to do it as I'm on the rope, so
Yeah, that's awesome. Pew pew pew.
about right there, you know?
Nice. Okay, you're still outside of the dark vision range, so all of those attacks will be with advantage.
Awesome.
29 is a hit. 23 is a hit.
I'm doing it awkwardly.
That's all right.
I'm doing septic strikes on the last one here.
Okay.
Critical.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Bye.
Oof. Awesome. You can feel free to
Finish it.
describe or pass as you finish off as you take out the bugbear.
So is she walking across this rope, or is she like swinging from it?
You're walking across it.
Okay.
Or running across
So-
it, I guess.
Running across. So as she's twinkle toesing across, I think with Helena it might look like she might be swaying off, or maybe tripping. And she knows exactly what she's doing. She's like a little mouse on a tightrope, or a rat on a tightrope, really. And she's holding out the crossbow kind of far, but just kind of nailing them. And yeah, she's just in instinct mode. So as soon as she scurries down after that, she's not even gonna look twice at the thing she just killed. She's gonna keep scurrying on north.
Nice. Yeah, you got another 30 feet of movement.
So is that from the point at the end of the rope?
Yeah, from there you
Okay.
can jump off onto the edge of the cliff.
Okay, sweet. Here.
Nice. Does Helena say anything?
Don't count me out yet.
Nice.
Her token is slanted. I'm totally fine with that. I've just never seen that before. Like, why is it tilted?
She's leaning slightly forward because she's so fast.
Yeah. stupid bugbears.
All right. Next in the order is Clifford. You also can hear bugbears, the heavy tread of bugbears charging across the stony ground. But some of those sounds fade as the bugbears to the south slow down and try to sneak up on you. What does Clifford do? There are no enemies living within sight.
He'll look over at Locag, thankful for removing the ailment. Looks at X. Y'all need me to hold the line here, get some cover. I'm not sure what we need, but they're coming. Now, he pulls out the staff. Say, I can drop down a wall behind us, and I'll be your doorman. If the rest of y'all just, get to the other side, well, I'll fire this up, and no one will be following us. How do you like that idea?
Love it. Let's go.
All right. So he's ready action to fire up a mold earth, a move earth, when everyone's like crossed the line. And I'm gonna when we're done, I'm gonna lock down this so no one's coming by unless they want to go swimming. That's the plan. And I'll drink that potion with my bonus action.
All right. It's a 2d4 plus 2 regular healing potion.
All right. Cool. Thank you, everyone, for supporting me with 8 hit points. It makes me feel.
And where
good.
are you, when you get a moment, where are you planning on dropping that wall of earth?
I'm thinking there's a line here. I'll draw it, I guess. I'm thinking I got 40 feet like across here, or even maybe here where that purple line is. 40 would extend like pretty much out into the cliffs, so it'd be hard to get around. So something like that is what I'm thinking. So I'd say cliff would move there. As far as I know, there ain't nothing up north going anywhere. There's no sounds of anyone coming from above.
No, you haven't heard anything.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he's planning on throwing it where I just do those little purple lines. So like maybe there. That's like 40 feet. That's only 30 feet, so it could go like. I got a pretty good chance of locking that down. That's the plan.
All right.
Cool.
Any more movement?
He wiggles his stick around.
Well, he ready.
No, that's about good. Yeah, he readies. He's just like, acting like he's, he holds the staff like pointing the way. Like you could see the ground is sort of shifting. And to his friends, it might be noticeable that the ground is sort of slowly rising up just a little bit at their feet, just next to X. He'll feel like it's like the threshold of the place, where it just needs to go up another 2 feet from the doorway. Just a little dent there, a little speed bump in the dirt at the moment.
Nice. Your small friend Gravelix dashes up and tries to. Actually, he probably moves over toward the wall. And uses a bonus action to try to hide there. What about X? What does X do?
X is going to step up right here behind Clifford. And I'm going to use a charge from the rod. And I'm going to heal a d8 hit points, but because I have the book maximized, so it's another 8 hit points for Clifford.
Nice.
Oh, you beautiful, beautiful creature. Thank you. You said that was 8?
Yep.
8 hit points, yeah. And then I think I can stealth here, right?
You can. Well, let's see here. You're still right at the edge of the glow of the light from the brazier. So you're still within it. If you move to the north, then yeah, you're golden.
No, that's Millie. Millie's golden.
Touche.
18.
18. Nice. A good stealth check for sure. some sort of machinery winds inside the legs of Merlun's armor. He seems to be propelled forward at unnatural speed. He turns southward, the crossbow coming up over his shoulder and aiming down to that southern cavern. You all hear the troop of heavy boots falling in lockstep. It sounds like a troop of hobgoblins somewhere to the south is making their way north. All right, next in the order is Lokag.
Lokag saw Gravelix run up, and he's gonna say, "Little buddy, backpack formation, go!" And he's gonna motion for Gravelix to come out of hiding and hop up, and he's cleared space in his backpack for him, so that he can ride Lokag.
The goblin doesn't understand your words, but he understands your gestures, and quickly clambers up onto your back.
All right, and then Lokag is going to use. He's still raging, so he's going to use his bonus action to continue the rage through this round, and he's going to use his action to dash with Gravelix to move forward. So with Long Strider, he's got 55. So I'm going to just up here. I'm going to do the 55, and then I'm going to see what I can see. Okay. So not
you
much.
See corpses still laying where they fell in your last fight to get into the temple.
I think Gravelix has Lokag does not have dark vision, but Gravelix does.
Mm-hmm.
And Lokag is going to gesture "Be my eyes," and he's going to continue to charge up to the brazier, another 55 feet, getting within that range.
Okay.
So
You make it easily through the pools of darkness back toward the smoldering orange light of the brazier.
very nice.
Gravelix on your shoulder is alternately sort of tapping you on the shoulder. His hand is pointing past your face. He's just gesturing for you to run forward.
Nice.
He's shouting something that you don't understand.
And I'll yell back, "The way is clear! Charge forward!" So just letting everyone know we're good to charge forward.
Awesome. Any bonus actions or anything like that?
No, I used my bonus action to keep rage going.
Ah, right. Okay.
So, yep.
Next in the order then is Millie.
Alright, Millie will comply with Lokag's thought there and double move. Actually get 45. Don't get too far away from people, so let's go right there.
So you're kind of in between two areas of light, moving by feel, but also navigating toward the pool of light ahead of you, in which Lokag stands at the edge. Beyond it, you can see the entrance to the darkened Goblin Shrine. Anything else for Millie?
That is it.
All right, give me just a moment. The javelin sails out of the darkness toward Helena. It whistles past her head. You can hear the footsteps of the hobgoblin or the bugbear as it scurries back a bit further. The pattern repeats. Another javelin whistles through the air towards you, narrowly misses you.
That's right, it does.
And a third follows right after. This one for a 20 to hit.
It probably hits.
Give me just a moment.
Looking. Yeah.
Okay. It slashes along your cheek for 4 points of damage.
Ouch.
And you currently don't see them. They're past the pool of light around the brazier in the darkness near the entrance to their warren.
Ugh.
So what does Helena do?
Well, my last turn I didn't move my rats.
I was going to mention that. Go ahead and move them. Make a double, you can move them for last round. Go ahead and move them for last round.
Yeah, I know there's more stuff coming from the south, but we're moving to the north. Is there more stuff coming from the north, you think, Millie? Yeah, locale, you're way up there. Okay, yeah, there's...
Yeah, the north's our destination.
We are all clear up here.
Sounds like Clifford's hanging back to drop a wall of earth.
Okay, I'm just gonna run all of us north. A lot. So they can go... If they dashed, all of them, they would each go 60, and then they would dash again, so I'd probably make them go 120.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not zoomed out far enough.
Yeah, they can make it pretty far.
Okay, I'll try to remember that. I got my finger on one of them. And that one, and then... Come on. What are you doing? Let me move it where I want it. There we go. That's good for them. And then as for Helena, she's gonna be dashing as well, because she's quite dashing.
And as Helena races past, Clifford kind of bows, and you see the floor, kind of the wall rise up behind you as he welcomes you into his abode and points the way, sort of directs you like he's a guide at an amusement park. And he throws up the wall.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, let's keep them at bay. It's enough of the bugbears already.
You hear the shouting of frustrated and confused bugbears. You can imagine them in your mind's eye coming out from the darkness into the light of the braziers, seeing this wall of stone erected in their way. And we are not in combat anymore at the moment. You can hear the troop of hobgoblins moving closer. They don't quite move into the light yet. So those of you past the curve of the wall of earth don't yet see them come into the light of that brazier to the south.
We're done with this short acquaintance. We'll be moving on. We'll see you later. I do have to concentrate on this spell, so
Right.
I'll try not to get attacked or wounded. And then it's Clifford's turn. That was his ready to action during the other turn. So I'll just chase everyone. I'll race ahead. Did someone give some of us long strider or something? I don't
Millie
remember.
and
I thought that was
Lokag
something.
have long
Okay. All right. So I have the jump, which gives him an extra kind of 20 feet. So that means he can go 80 feet. So he'll just run along. So like, you should be able to get up to there. Just with running. Yeah, he'll just keep running along. I guess he'll stay kind of closer to the wall. Wow, look at all those bodies. So sad.
Okay, so jump.
Yeah.
The spell jump doesn't give you extra movement. It just lets you
Oh,
use some
I
of
thought it
your
was
movement
10 for
as
30?
jump.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 10 for 30.
Let me double check.
You convert
right.
10 feet of movement to
Is
30 feet of jump.
Different.
Because
Yes.
I know it changed in 2024.
Yeah, that's right. That is correct.
So it just gives me another 20 feet in this case. So I'm not jumping over anything. Unless there was a trap that I didn't see, which I would miss, maybe. So yeah. That would be it then. That's all. That's his turn.
Yeah, I mean,
He goes dancing along. He's in a good mood. Feeling chipper.
Gravelix up on
hydraulic
Lokag's shoulders, just readies an action with his short bow. You all, the bugbears, one of them shouting a little bit louder. It's pitching his voice to the south, likely toward the other hobgoblins. Clifford, you can hear, one saying that you all are running north. You've erected some sort of stone barrier between. The hobgoblin captain, leader of their squad, calls out that they're going to move back south and move the long way around. But he shouts at the bugbears to try to climb the wall if possible, or skirt around it, climb along the cliffs, whatever they can do to get at you.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how much space there was vertically in that tunnel, how high the ceiling was.
About 50
I don't know how
feet.
high the wall is. 50 feet. And the wall is like 20 feet or something. Forget how high it can be. I know that it was used against us, so you would know best.
Yeah, there's different configurations. So for that length, I think it's 10 feet high.
Okay. Cool.
It's
Slow 'em down.
10 foot. It's 10 by 10 panels.
10 by 10
So you
panels.
can
So
stack
that's
it up
like,
to be 20 feet high at that point.
okay. Cool. Awesome. That's annoying enough,
Yeah,
but not 50 feet high.
not 50 feet high, unfortunately.
Right. Which is fine. We can shoot them as they come over the wall. They'll be easy picking. That's the plan.
Indeed.
Come on. Come. Like World War Z, where they all go, rah, they all running over the walls.
So X, do you do anything in particular as you move your way north, or just moving flat out and regrouping with everyone?
Just scout ahead and get ready to engage if there's anybody in that room up ahead. I'll try to stay stealthy.
Merlin, his armor powering his steps, charges north along with you all. And since we're no longer in combat at the moment, you all can go ahead and regroup within that temple, which is still empty, as you've killed the priest that controls and guards the place. I think this might be a good time for a short break. We'll take 5.
Cool.
and come right back to it.
Well done, everyone.
Excellent.
Yay.
When we get back from break, can I have control over Gravelix's token so you don't have to move him every time? Just whenever.
Let's see here.
If not, that's fine. I just figured I'd save you a movement. I plan on going in backpack formation for the foreseeable future.
Nice. Okay, yeah, you should have control of him now.
Clifford, do you need another 8 hit points? I can give you another 8.
It looks like he stepped away already.
Well, then he just have to wait on those hit points, I guess.
Well, somebody had to go.
Absolutely. So, as you all, will be regrouping and following this secret passageway up to another floor of the stone. What do you all foresee? What are you thinking about X in terms of coming up to the next level? What's your goals? What's your
I'm
plan?
hoping that maybe initiative will work out in a way where I can actually bless my team before they're scattered to the winds 120 feet apart.
Right. Makes sense.
And then I'll hide in the background and heal people and snipe and do X things.
Nice.
That's my plan.
That's a good plan. What about you, Big Bri? What about Locag?
Locag is getting super pumped on Merlin and the Murder the Masters. So he's going to be pretty much just going straight for that secret door that we think we knew.
Yeah.
And he's also going to be trying to speak with Gravelix. But he's going to absolutely refuse to make any effort to learn Goblin. He's just going to be trying to teach Gravelix common.
Jar Jar's asking you a question, DL. I'm sorry, Big Bri.
Can you see through Glavis? It's just animals, I think. I don't think beast sense would work with a goblin.
A little bit too intelligent for that.
Yep, unfortunately.
Tiny bit.
I don't see his token anywhere in the menu. But I just can't grab it.
All right.
I got him now.
How do you say giddy up in Goblin?
Probably just like that.
Giddy up! All right.
Giddy up.
It's probably a god they worship. Giddy up. A giant horse-like beast.
I'm going to step away from Jit for just a moment, and you all can plot about the near future of the campaign.
Yes.
I'll be back in just a few.
I say we all hide our tokens. So when he comes back, they're all gone. And we tell him, yeah, we're hidden. We're not going to tell you where we are.
That'll work out wonderfully.
No, I'm just trying to think of something you do that would be devious if you were players. Like, what's the equivalent of swapping in an ace, But
That's,
we're kind of free movement.
That has a karmic effect in D&D, right?
Absolutely. Well, we're out of combat, so it would be more of a joke, thing. There's an old thing you could do with someone's desktop. It was one of my favorite jokes. You take a screenshot of their desktop with all their icons or whatever, and then you make that the background image, and then you hide all their stuff in a folder, all their desktop links, they're just they're quick links or whatever. You just put them in a folder somewhere, and so they try to click on their desktop and can't click anything because it's in the background. It's a very cruel thing to do, but
No, I love it.
I think you can still do that. It's one of those tricks. One of those dumb old tricks you can still do.
There's also a pretty funny joke where you put a gigantic magnet on the side of somebody's computer.
Oh, remember the big old giant TVs and stuff? You could like put that magnet up to the screen and it would go, and you get that like cool magnetic, like purple stuff. Putting the magnet up to the TV. Good stuff.
I played that joke in my company's server room. They didn't think it was very funny.
No, no. Very bad.
There was a meme a long time ago with like a bunch of customer service calls that were apparently real customer service calls, and
Oh.
and there was and there was a guy who was like, every now and then he would just like do a funny response to someone who was way too ridiculous, and man, there were some pretty funny ones in there. Somebody asked him one time if sunspots were going to erase the information on his discs, and he said yes. But, you know, as long as you know there's sunspots coming, you can put your discs in a metal box with some magnets on the outside and put them in the freezer, and they'll be fine. The sunspots. And there was one where this guy said his cup holder wouldn't work anymore. And the tech was like, "What are you talking about?" And the guy's like, "My cup holder on my computer is broken." So he's like, "Can you describe what the cup holder looks like?" He says, "Well, I push this button, and this little tray slides out, and it's a cup holder."
All right. Amazing. There's an old one where they talk about the foot pedal. Like someone had a foot pedal, but they couldn't know how to use the foot pedal for their computer, and they figured out it was a mouse. They just thought it was. They didn't know that's what they thought it was like from sewing or something. It's probably already met, but.
So I used to, be a district manager for multiple restaurants, and one time the system was down at one of our restaurants, and I was like, okay, well, is everything plugged in? Going through the normal IT checklist. They said everything's plugged in, everything's powered on. Then they called IT. IT couldn't figure it out. They called me back, and I went, okay, I'm just gonna double check. Is everything plugged in? Like, look up at our server in the wall, and is everything plugged in? They said, yes, everything's plugged in. So I drove at I think it was like 7 p.m., like an hour away from where I lived. I got there, immediately got a ladder, went up, looked at the server. It is unplugged. I plug it in, and the system comes up and starts working. And I went, I asked you 3 times. I asked you 3 times to check if it was plugged in.
Oh,
I drove an hour for this. I literally just got down off the ladder. They were slammed. I just left. I was like, you guys did this to yourselves. I'm sorry. Like, I know you're really busy right now, but I'm gone.
Oh, that's terrible. Classic, but terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I sent you a DM in Discord. DM.
All right.
I DM'd the DM with a question.
And I have answered that direct message. All right, so Millie, I asked Locag and and X what their kind of plan was for once you all move upstairs. What dangers you foresee and what you're thinking you all are going to do. You're going to try and just slip through, or continue fighting your way through, or yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to really expect above. But probably just more fighting through. Hopefully we find this master. I suspect there's more people trying to perform more rituals somewhere.
Seems likely. All right, Clifford. What about you? What are you thinking? What do you expect?
Well, I'll take that
next.
I'll take that. I'll take that heal. Thank you. I heard you earlier, but I could not respond. From X, and otherwise, I think he's just going down the hole. Probably try to give everyone else a little bit of a make sure everyone's in the clear, but he can take the lead if he can get up there, because he can see in the dark and all that. So. If you want to wait for him and sort of get ourselves organized, and he'll take the lead. Might want to put the fires out on the way out so they don't have any kind of sight lines on us and they don't see. But I guess if you're behind this wall, they can't really see into this room, can they? Because of these walls kind of in the south. Yeah, so once we're in there. But anyway, maybe take out the lights, make it harder for them to know what we're doing. Make us more mysterious. I don't know if there's like a blanket that he can throw over the one he took off the other one. But maybe he can put out that fire.
Well, yeah, there's different ways you could do that for sure.
Yeah.
You might, they're large, but you could probably tip them over, scatter the coals, and that would help. If you have enough water, you could definitely put them out using water. Or obviously, if you have some
tip
spell,
it over.
that'll work.
I got move earth. Would that be enough? Is there enough dirt to tip it?
It would take a moment to collect it because at the base of each wall, there's sort of fine sand. There's dirt, but you have to kind of like walk around and pool it up, continuing to cast.
Well, I could move
cantrip.
5 foot square of dirt and pick it up and drop it on the fire. Would that put it out?
Yeah, you have to do it probably several times because there's not very much dirt in any one spot.
Oh, it's like that. It's mostly stone.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe I'll try to knock it over, and maybe that might be the easiest way, if that's not too hard. I can roll things. But...
Yeah, you can make an athletics
Ready?
check.
All right. Try to be athletic. 16.
Nice. You managed to knock it over. You can easily scatter the coals to where it's just producing very dim light, and they'll burn out quicker with more oxygen.
Cool. Good. Keep them guessing, and I'll join the others. And I'm happy to take the lead. If nobody else complains, I'll wait for my blessings, figuratively and literally.
Nice. Okay, so knocking out some of these braziers so you all can, have a little extra cover of darkness so your enemies to the south don't see you. You all are looking to go into a secret door, move your way through what seems to be a pretty narrow passageway after a bugbear which fled you all. So what is Helena thinking? How might she decide to approach this? Or what is she, dangerous does she expect? Or what, sort of general tactics does she suggest to the party? You're muted, by the way.
Oops.
I got you.
I said that Helena does not like to be boxed in by small spaces, and I'm sure this is cavernous, but not like an apparent exit necessarily. So I don't know. I unfortunately feel like this might be a moment where she is not constructive to the situation. She might be very distracting, asking too many irrelevant questions or saying things that have nothing to do with what's going on. Kind of poking around at the objects up here and just sort of looking at them. And I apologize if this was from the last session, but there is a heart in the middle of that up there. Is that like something that we interacted with before?
Didn't interact with it. It is still there. The sword is missing.
Only thing we left.
Yeah. A ritual dagger and the heart.
I mean, I cannot help it. I'm super curious about it.
It is a very large heart.
With the ritual dagger? Can anyone consider that? Like, what if we just stab this thing? Maybe this whole thing will go down. Maybe all of our troubles and problems will be solved. We just stab the heart of everything.
Good call. Go for it.
I love that. You love it.
I mean, I can't say you're wrong. Could be a Grinch heart, you know. They say his heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Nah, it's not gonna be anything like that. It smells too bad in here. These goblins are nasty.
I'll hand Helena a dagger.
But what about this big one? I mean, it's
That
here.
one is in our haversack.
Oh, the big one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Under the sword, I think is what he's referring to.
Oh,
The sword isn't actually there. That's something that we got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
the dagger is, though. Yeah.
Okay.
That sword is like a gigantic 9-foot sword that's too big for anybody.
There's still a black box over the dagger. I think that's why some of us aren't seeing it.
That's weird.
So she insists that her rats stay back while she gets up here and taps the heart.
All right.
If you want to put a map up too, where our map isn't up right now.
Yeah, thank you. Let me bring us back to the map.
I would like to do Druidcraft. I can make us a harmless sensory effect like a sound or an odor. So when Helena stabs the heart, I'm going to make this really loud squelching noise.
Oh,
Just accentuated. Mhm.
she actually kind of screams a little bit, which you never hear her do.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a wisdom save for that one. Just because. Oh yeah, I know what that sounds like. I've heard that before. It's a little tinny though. You got to work on the depth, you know, the bass.
So yeah, as this sort of squelching, popping and whistling sounds come from the heart as you sink the massive
At the same time.
knife into it. There is a crack as the altar breaks once, followed by another sharp crack as it breaks north to south. It continues cracking, and each comes more rapidly after the other.
Haha, I think I did something.
As the whole thing collapses underneath into small chunks of rock, Elena, you kind of tumble free and regain your footing pretty easily. As the statue, the altar are both, they're just broken into rocks no bigger than 2 inches across.
Ah, yeah, let's show you stupid goblin idols.
Gravelix looks nervously at the altar as it cracks, and he slowly peers over toward Helena. He says something in his own language, and Clifford, you understand. Unlucky, very unlucky. One-Eyed will be
Now you've
angry
done it.
at us.
Yeah, well, we might as well just stop pussyfooting around. I think we've made it real clear that we're not friendly with their types, right?
Other goblins. I kill other goblins. How do you kill a god? How do you kill One-Eye if One-Eye comes after us?
I think One Eye is just as big as all the people that follow him. If they would stop following, he'd have no power at all. That's what I think.
Only bugbears are very big, says the goblin, not
Nah.
quite catching what you're saying.
Look at him. Yeah, you look at him and he kind of points out to the, out of the opening there as the embers are dying down, seeing them clambering over the wall, trying to get after us. And the array of dead bodies on the ground of all the people who thought they could beat us. And they'll do what he can to exude some confidence in a very casual way. And he says all that in Goblin, so nobody else knows what the hell he's saying, except the two of them.
Lokad, catching none of their conversation, points at Helena and says, "Knife! She has a knife!" Just thinking he doesn't understand. She stabbed the heart. It's okay. And he'll pet the goblin over his shoulder.
His ears kind of flatten out and he kind of shrugs downward as he's looking up at you with a sort of irritated and confused look on his face.
We should go in case that draws more attention than we already had.
Yeah, I say
I
we
agree.
get moving. Yeah. You're safe with us, Gravlix. Don't forget that, alright? One Eye's not going to save you.
Not worried. I'm worried about One Eye being mad, angry at us, want to kill.
He'll be dead. And if he's dead and he's mad, well, you can't do much with that now, can you? Being all mad and dead. You're just one of them revenants or something. Oh, God, not a revenant. I had one of them bounties on a revenant. That was a hassle. Had to keep him in jail for eternity. He refused. He refused to die. So I think he might still be in prison. I don't know.
The goblin's head
Terrible
sort of
story.
wobbles back and forth as he tries to follow Clifford's story. He seems even more confused.
Good. Perfect.
Kind of see wheels turning and grinding against each other in the little goblin's head.
Come on, let's go. We got some tunnels. You know these tunnels? And we'll go toward the secret door with everyone.
Merlin
Make our
says,
approach when you're ready.
yes, very, very steep stairs. Very narrow corridors. Wind back and forth. Could be trapped.
Mm.
The Strangler may be waiting for us.
Mm. Good to know.
So as you peer into the narrow hatch, most of you will have to duck down a bit to get into it. It is, as you said, the stairs are the ones that you see anyway, as it sort of winds to the left and then back to the right and slowly upward. The stairs are pretty tall, short, and the corridor is just 4 feet wide and 5.5 feet high. Lokag, it'll be pretty uncomfortable for you to move through it as you kind of peer into it.
I begrudgingly take Gravelix out of my backpack like a baby and set him down. You're gonna have to walk now, okay? Use your legs.
Goblin cocks his head at Lokag and turns to Clifford and says, "What is wrong with big man?"
I mean, try to think about what's right about the big man. Just look at that specimen, and he just like looks at this just pure primal, just representative of everything that is like the best in humanity. And he like kind of looks at him, and the light shines like on him, you know, and the embers of the fires are going out, and all you see are the outlines. And
Yes,
he knows
he big strong.
much as I.
Maybe not.
Mhm.
Maybe not too smart.
Yeah, well, yeah, you don't have to be smart to win now, do you? You just need to have someone smart as a friend. Someone like me.
Ah,
This little guy loves me.
yes. Smart friends, good.
Right? I mean, look, we got Murdun here. I mean, legends. You're surrounded by legends.
We are
You're
wasting
lucky
time.
to be alive. We can
Shouts
just...
Merlin.
Yes, let's get the hell. Yeah, let's go. I'm happy to take the lead if y'all don't care.
All right, let me
I
check
did have a
in.
thought.
Let me
Trap
check in
finder.
with. Let me check in with X. So what is X
Yeah.
doing
All right.
during all of this?
Just sitting idly by watching, just waiting for somebody to actually go up these stairs.
Okay. Do you make any move to volunteer yourself to go first, or you're just waiting for someone big
I
and heavy
do
armored?
not.
Happy to go.
All right. Helena, do you do anything more, like to, this pile of now rubble that was the altar and idol?
Spits on it. And she looks back to Gravelax and like puts a thumbs up, like, yeah, this is the good work.
His shoulders kind of hunch up, and he slowly extends a thumb upward. He clearly has no idea what the gesture means, but he seems very he's doing it like, oh, you can almost feel the superstition as he's kind of pumps his fist a couple of times and looks around uncertainly.
Oh, she loves Gravelax more than he'll ever know. I think she sees him as an advanced brat.
Yeah.
chose right. So Helena's ready to move on. So I mean, she don't really like to haphazardly go first, but she does like to haphazardly press forward. So she's gonna try to urge everybody. Come on, let's go. Come on, come on. My rats can't wait all day. Neither can I. Besides, this whole place might start falling apart. I just stabbed that heart thing. Who knows?
Yeah, best we move.
All right. Does Millie do anything else to prepare, or does she move forward first, urge someone else to go first, or what?
Nope, Cliff has volunteered, and hearing Gravlix say there might be traps, she kind of motions for Cliff to keep an eye out.
I would like to cast a spell too. Cliff would. I think Pass Without Trace might be useful. We could kind of try to get through this quietly, if we're lucky. So Clifford pulls out a kind of bellows, like a, and he starts like pumping out this sort of smoke that works its way down into the tunnels and fills it up and creates a kind of silence everywhere it goes. So it's sort of a silencing incense expression, pretty invisible, but ultimately audible because the sound starts to go away. And then he'll lead the way.
Okay. Well, if everyone's moving under stealth, go ahead and make your stealth checks.
All right.
That brings down the wall.
The staff, does the staff have its own power because it's from a staff, or does it use my own?
The
Does it
staff
use me?
can concentrate on its own for 3 turns.
Okay, well that should be enough for us. We'll be long gone by then, right?
One will hope.
The Dungeon Master cannot answer that question.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you think that's better for me to hold on to it, I can, but it seems like it's served its purpose. So.
No, it's Pass Without Trace is good. It's all good.
Yeah, all right, I'm going to do that. Sticking with that.
All right, so Clifford, as you slip into the tunnel and begin to pick your way upward through the narrow, winding stairway. 21. All right, so let's see here. These stealth checks are pretty good. We've got a
And it's plus 10 to
36 for
those.
Helena, a 31 for Alex, 18 for Lokag. Bubby gets a 32. Merlin gets a 28. Millie with a 31. The Verminkin as a group, 31, and Clifford at 21.
Yeah.
All right, so you make your way up. Yeah, if you're checking for traps, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Yes, I will. I have it. I'm trained in it. 14?
Okay.
I don't know if we're not blessed yet or anything. I think we're waiting until there's some action. So, 14.
Okay.
Guidance, maybe? Can I get some guidance? Can a ranger get some guidance, yo? No?
Yes, guidance.
Thank you. All right, cool.
All right, so that's a touch spell, right?
I would. Yeah, he'd have to kind of be behind me.
Yeah, just
Is it touch?
you all in walking order. It used to be. I'm
Yeah,
double checking. I think it is.
It's
But it stays with you for a minute too, right? After you touch me, so.
Okay.
I mean,
So
technically the way
16.
it works is I cast it and you get advantage or you get the extra on your next skill check.
Right. If I want to.
Yeah.
I take it. 16 is the total.
Okay. So you do find traps
Oh.
about every
Oh,
30
hold on.
feet. The stone has been carefully separated, or a layer of painted wood has been placed over one of the stairs. There,
Oh.
yeah, you can see that there's some sort of, very simple pressure plate these things will kind of snap down and likely trigger whatever is underneath them. You can
I can try to
small
undo it.
nails driven into the bottom and small, very small cables attached, or you feel them out, I suppose.
All right. Try to disable it. Is it easy enough to disable? Make a sleight of hand roll.
Yeah, let me step back a moment and establish. Are we using a light source, or is Clifford moving by feel?
No light. I'm moving by feel. I can see, so it don't matter to me. If people want to be back like 30 feet or something, little ways, and they need some light, that's fine. But he should be in mostly darkness.
Okay. Is everybody cool with that?
Yeah.
Yep. I'll holler if I fall into a pit or something.
All right. So X, you move up just long enough to cast, give him your goddess's guidance, and Clifford slips off ahead of you. He begins very slowly, feeling likely with some of your tools, testing each stair as you all move slowly upward. You feel the small cables again as you kind of find the edge of it, slipping a tool between the painted wood and the stone stair itself. There's some sort of recess has been carved in the actual stair. You tap on glass with one of your tools, and so feeling it out, you can attempt to disarm the traps. The rolls will be
I'm gonna use
disadvantage, however.
All right, I will use my lucky feat so that it is neutral.
Nice. Okay.
I'll use one of my luck points. So straight roll, hopefully. 12. I may re-roll that if I think it's not good enough, but
yeah, that is not going to succeed.
I'm going to use my inspiration then. Hopefully this is good. 3, 2, 1. Oh no, it's not helpful. No, I don't think that's any better. So yeah, 12.
Okay. Make a dexterity saving throw as a powder charge beneath, or some sort of alchemical substance beneath is triggered.
Oh, 15?
That is just barely going to succeed.
Oh!
You are not knocked back down the flight of stairs, and you'll take half of this bludgeoning damage. Oh, nice. Ooh. So 2 bludgeoning damage to you.
All right. Whoa!
The sound
he'll roll
through
back
the tunnel like thunder.
Yeah. They might know we're coming at this point, but let's not be too loud. So yeah, he'll kind of bounce back at the flames and give himself a second. If anyone comes chasing after, he'll be like, "I'm okay. I'm all right."
Well, nothing comes down the stairs towards you all. Soon that thunderous sound fades. And there's nothing to do really but to continue the climb.
Keep going.
Another 40 feet up, you find another false stair that is also trapped.
Oh, God, I don't know if I know how to do this. Yeah, I'll go ahead and try it again.
Okay.
I might as well, right? Why not? Another stealth. I'll use my lucky again. Oh, 11. God damn it. Or was this one also a disadvantage, or do I beat that because I tried it once and I know the trap a little bit? Is it still a disadvantage?
It'll still be a disadvantage, yeah.
Yeah. All right, I messed up again. So another dex check?
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh, yes. I got a 1. Unless anyone else has got something, I'm out of luck. Oh, I guess I could use my luck point on that. I didn't say, but I would.
If it has to be
I'm
said
supposed to say before.
time, yeah. Then,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
how it would
so-
work.
That's all I got. I'll take the full brunt of it, whatever it is.
All right. Double checking on the wording really quick.
Yeah, I don't really have any
Yeah, it has to be spent.
any
ahead of
resistance
time.
to it. Yeah.
All right. So
For
you
lucky,
take
yeah.
The 14 bludgeoning.
Ow. All right. So I'm taking 16 now. All right. After that, he rolls back to join the others. He's like, all right, I took care of 2 of the traps.
Tumbled back part of the way, actually.
Yeah, he knocked me back to just, everyone just sees him fly like 2 feet into there, laying on the ground, just on fire, blast powder all over his face, whatever alchemical thing. I don't know what that looks like, but he's glowing at the moment.
Yeah, it's sort of patches of orange goo smoldering like coals.
Oh God!
Clifford, you take some more bludgeoning damage as you fall down the stairs. You take 11 bludgeoning damage.
Oh Jesus! Is there anything I can do to help with the falling?
No, that was the saving
All right.
throw. Yeah.
Oh, I'm a mess. All right, so that's 25. All right. He's not looking good. He is very hurt.
Perhaps somebody else should take the lead.
No, I got it. It's fine. It's all right. I'll get it right next time. He's still twice.
Blaine up there. Blaine has been god tier at disarming and opening things.
Yeah. Well, you go ahead. I'm gonna take a break. Thanks for stepping in.
Helena, does Helena let herself be volunteered?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Watch out for the... And then he kind of faints.
Yeah, well. Watch out for something. She steps over him.
Alright, as you make your way up the darkened stairs, you can go ahead and make that investigation check. As you slowly test each stair as you move upward. 22.
Ooh, nice.
After the 2 destroyed whole sections, like 3 stairs around it, have been destroyed by each of those charges. So you kind of have to clamber over small pits in the ground, and you make it to a 3rd trap. Based on the echoes of your own footfalls, the conversation from behind you, it's echoing back down the stairs pretty quick. You think there's a door somewhere up ahead based on the way sound is bouncing around. But you do find another trapped stair. Since it is dark,
Might be tools.
thieves' tools, yeah. And you'll be making this check with disadvantage.
You want some light.
I would love some light. That would definitely help in this process. I do not have elven eyes or whatever.
So, assuming Millie pulls out her flaming longsword or a lantern, perhaps.
Yeah, I'll pull out a torch if no one else has any light spells.
Can I make that regular then?
It would, yeah.
Okay. It ain't bad.
You, very meticulously but quickly disarm the trap. You manage to free the wooden plate off the bottom, and inside is a vial of some sort of alchemical substance. There are, basically small weights that have been roughly riveted to strips sections of spring steel, sort of cocked back toward the edge of the hole, ready to be released by the mechanism. But you kind of release them slowly. They didn't break the vial of whatever the substance is. So you can retrieve this vial of alchemist's explosive.
Yeah, we want that. Could I attach that to an arrow?
It's pretty big. It's so it would definitely, you could, it's going to slow down that arrow and make it, attack roll with, if you're going to try to hit somebody, would be at a disadvantage. It would also
But I
shorten
imagine
the range.
I imagine it would like create a range of effect, right?
Yes.
An area of effect.
Yeah, very much so.
Okay, so aim doesn't matter as much.
That's true. But definitely, you get it further than throwing it, probably. Unless, Lokag threw it. He's pretty strong.
What would I call that? Alchemist fire?
Yeah, Alchemist's... it's not exactly like the rules of Alchemist fire. It's a little more potent. So Alchemist charge. Good work. While Helene is doing this, Clifford, if you have any potions you can heal, or you can start, go bleed on X. See if he'll
Yeah, I'll wait and see if someone will heal me. I may have a potion.
I can do a level 1 cure wounds on him, which will heal
Cool.
him for 20.
Nice.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you. That's huge. Oh, that feels better.
That's what she said.
X, I wasn't sure if you noted that the book also maximizes your hit points.
I did notice that.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure you factor that in. All right, so Clifford, what does that bring you up to?
33 is what I got. And I don't see a healing potion on my stuff. So, that's all I got, unless someone else has got it.
Okay. So, Helena, after disarming the trap, you move about another 20 feet up the winding stair, and you come to the back of a roughly shaped wooden door. You tell the front is irregular, and likely you can imagine that it's covered in pieces of stone that have been pasted onto it. So you've come to the secret door, and Merlin said it was in a shrine. It had come out into a small shrine, and very near the chambers of Greenbelly.
So the torch, putting it out.
Okay. Helena, do you want to reposition and let Clifford go first, or did you press ahead?
She doesn't tend to like to go first.
I'm happy to go ahead. I'm feeling fit as a fiddle.
Thanks, Doc. Just wants to
says
take
to
care
X.
of business, you know. Sorry.
I would go first, but I'm stuck at the back.
Yeah, Cliff will take the front and try to stealth again. So, you know, they don't hear me coming.
Let's see here.
I feel like they might already be aware that something's coming up this path.
All right, so give me just a moment. Yeah, Clifford, you need to make a couple of concentration checks, as you did take damage.
Okay. Oh, yeah, good point. Do that. On the first one.
It's going to be 10.
And then the second one, I got to do it twice, yeah? Well, the second one missed. So that would kill the pass without trace would go out. I don't think I have any advantage on that. Unless the shield does something. I don't think it does.
No, it helps against saving throws against spells.
Spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would make the pass without trace would go out.
All right, suddenly you can hear your footsteps echoing a little more loudly. Clifford, you make your way up toward the door. You can see a simple catch on this side of it that'll easily open the door. There's no obvious traps on it.
All right, I'll investigate it.
Okay.
Not great at investigating, but maybe I'll see how I kind of give it a look-see. Looks all right to me. He kind of doesn't say anything, but he just doesn't feel too confident. So he's going to ask Elena. He kind of signals, points at a few things, shows that he thinks it looks clear, asks for a second opinion.
I mean, should I do another investigation check?
Yeah, if you like.
I'm like, I can't lie. I don't know, actually. 21.
You're fairly certain that it's not trapped.
All right.
Yeah, I think we're good this time.
All right. He nods and say, kind of get ready, and pulls out his rapier, ready for action. And he'll give puts his hand up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 kind of thing. Before he gets ready to open the door. If anyone doesn't want him to throw the door open, let me know.
Can I prepare an action?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Shoot.
People
thing.
ready?
If I see a thing.
Yeah, if you're right behind Clifford,
Awesome.
definitely.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Clifford, did you want to
anyone
make your
else?
stealth check again? Did I miss that?
Sure. Yeah, I should. I didn't make a second stealth attack.
26.
Crit, 26.
Nice.
Pretty wily. Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, heck yeah. And Helena, you're still rocking that 26 from earlier, too.
Yeah, I've made some noise.
This is like a stairway going up, right? This is a stairway.
Yeah.
So I doubt we have too many people who can get a clear action.
Right. Yeah, so I was just saying, just basically him and Helena, you all could, your ready actually could be to move forward or cast a buff or something like that. But as far as readying an attack, yeah.
Yeah. Something ranged.
No, not even that, unless something is right out in front of the door. And even then, the stairs, like I said, they curve pretty sharply very often. Sort of snake and wind up through the stone.
My neck is starting to hurt in this tunnel. Just saying.
All right. Well, I'll throw the door open. I don't know if I can dodge before, but
Looks like it's going to be an object interaction to open the door, so you take the action to dodge.
well, yeah, before, sure.
All right, give me just a moment. All right, as you throw the door open, there's the snap of a bowstring. A hidden goblin. Actually, what's your passive perception again?
19.
Okay, excellent. Well, it doesn't matter. An 11 is going to miss you in either case.
All right. Do I see? What do I see? We're still in. Still not on the map. We're still in Theater of the Mind. Ah, there we go. Wow. I was very much enjoying the Theater of the Mind, but I was expecting some mappage. Uh-huh. Oh, look. Oh. Look, everyone.
You see, looking eastward, you see red light filling a corridor. One goblin hiding behind massive burlap sacks of something. As it snaps an arrow out.
Does Helena get the reply?
Yes. Helena, you can go ahead and make that attack.
All right. Make sure I'm on the right thing here.
A 17 is a hit. Feel free to describe or pass as you take the goblin out with a single shot.
Nice.
She just turns to Clifford and goes, shh.
All right. So as you from the door, there are 4 braziers around the chamber. You can see up on a plinth another carved statue of the armored figure, the one-eyed. You can see that the tunnel moves off to your left. You can hear some movement in that direction.
Oh, I have some movement left. Can I go ahead and peek around and see what I see?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll peek around and
Okay.
continue with my awesome stealthiness.
As you cross between the brazier and the wall, you snag a tripwire with your foot.
Oh, no.
A dexterity saving throw is
Wow, I'm hitting all the traps,
flecks
guys.
of something bright and shiny showers down from the ceiling.
Dex save?
Mhm.
Trap Master, 18.
Nice. You manage to sort of,
Ooh.
as soon as you feel it, you just kind of step a few steps forward, and a pile of
Ooh.
glittering dust hits the ground, sort of billows out over your boots, but doesn't
You watch
cover
out.
you.
Watch out for that stuff. It'll never get out. That glitter just stays in you. You know, you party all night with the fairies, you come home, and that glitter just does not leave you. Be careful.
All right. As you skip forward, moving toward the door, a couple of things happen
Yeah, I'll
in
probably
rapid succession. You snag another tripwire
Yeah.
with your toe.
What?
I'll need
I
another
was going to
dexterity
stop.
saving
Okay.
throw. And
Alright.
there are 4 attacks. 3 more attacks, I'm sorry.
Okay. Now, if it's a reflex save, I think because I'm dodging, I get advantage, right?
For a dexterity saving throw?
I think, I'm not sure, but just maybe look into that. I thought in the old days, dodge meant you got advantage on something as well. 15 without that, and then...
Yep. You also, let's see here. Yeah.
15 might be enough.
You are correct. With a 15 is
alright.
going to succeed.
All right, then I don't need it. But I've got 4 attacks coming at me at disadvantage, I guess. From somewhere?
All right, so gobs of some flaming material drop down from the ceiling. So you'd only take 4
Good
points
Lord.
of damage from that tripwire. So the
All right.
attacks from the enemies.
All right.
Give me just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
One is going to be with advantage. The others are going to be single rolls.
Does the dodge? He's dodging, so there'll be a
disadvantage,
disadvantage. And
One normal
straight
one,
roll.
then.
Yeah. I'm glad I dodged. It's one of those moments where I'm really glad. 23 AC, so.
Awesome. So you manage to knock one bolt aside as you stumble back out of the flaming gobs raining from the ceiling. You notice that there's the walls are just full of intricate, if rough, carvings. But at the moment, you can't make out exactly what they are. Things are happening too
Right.
quickly.
Yeah, I'm happy to leave the conversation to someone else at this point. Well, I took care of all the traps for you all, so just watch yourself.
So I'm going to bring folks onto the map for purposes of initiative.
Oh boy, is that what we're doing?
You all are, down the stairs still.
They clearly don't want us to go this way.
That's why there's a door there.
Clifford does not open the door yet. He's still in a bit of a daze. It's very comical. If it's Schadenfreude, he would not be upset if you laughed, because it's pretty comical. He hit every trap. He tripped over every wire. There's a banana. He slipped on that.
A couple of rakes.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, it's rough. He's having a rough day.
Might be a little early, but this might be a good spot to take a short break. Take 5. How does that sound with everybody?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sounds good.
All right. We'll come back to it and we'll roll initiative. Yeah, Jar Jar, I think they'd have a good guess. They've only seen that red light one other place in the stone.
I'm back.
Welcome back. I too am back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, feel free to roll those initiatives whenever you all like. And then before we jump into that initiative, we'll of course check out readied actions.
Are my rats up here?
Have not been brought out onto the map, but yeah, they would be.
Can I do that?
Yeah. Try to see if I can actually do something helpful. Bring everyone who's not currently in the room. Might have to make that a little bit longer. I might need to move you through the wall. But we'll use this to indicate where everybody is. Merlun would have tried to take up the rear unless you all put him someplace else. And Lane is just inside the hatch.
He seems like a lead from the rear kind of guy.
Something like that work, or X, do you think you'd be further back?
In the middle, so I can bless people.
Okay. So maybe... Joe, does that sound about right? Is that okay for you?
Yep.
All right. All right, Helena's ready to action was to fire. What is Millie's ready to action?
Billy did not have a ready to action for the door opening.
Okay. What about X?
X is waiting for combat to begin. I don't necessarily have a ready to action as such, but when combat starts, I want to cast Bless. So if the door opens and there's stuff there for us to fight, then Bless it is.
Yeah, you hear arrows flying and explosions as Clifford disappears around the corner.
Okay, then I will level 2 Bless and get, looks like everybody but Clifford.
Including Merlun and Gravelix?
No, just the players. So
Right,
I'd get
that's fine.
Millie, Helena, Lokag, and myself.
You like the pink tips for that?
Yeah, it's generally what I use. Seems a lucky color.
I used yellow tips in the Thursday game.
Ah. Your sounds a little muted.
Oh, I was
Ah.
far away from my mic.
That does it. All right, so what about Lokag? What were his ready actions?
Let me know if this is better. I turned up the gain on my mic.
Oh, that's fine. That's great.
Lokag didn't necessarily have any readied actions, but he is beginning to hyperventilate. He did not realize he was claustrophobic until this moment. Okay, we can go now. Small tunnel.
All right, then the top of the order is Millie.
All right. I'm going to summon a very large rat to attack everything. Wait, no. Do I have enough space where I can pass Helena, or is this considered?
You can squeeze by Helena. It's going to take double movement for sure.
And, yep. All right. Pass me the wall, DM.
Gotcha.
20, 25. I assume I see these goblins.
Yes, you do. You've got those large
All right.
bags of maybe rice or flour or something that they're standing behind. They currently they have some cover, but they're still targetable.
Cliff, which way should we go? Oh, shout out. As we emerge, then I'll shoot twice at the goblin I can see.
Just watch where you step.
19 is going to hit.
19 for 7.
You can feel free to describe or pass as you take out the goblin.
I think as she emerges from the passage, she just kind of kneels and levels her crossbow to strike one of these goblins, and then fixes her sights on the other one. Uh, 16 to hit for 11.
All right, you can describe or pass as you finish. Take another goblin out.
I think similar, just kind of scanning across this passage. She just takes out one quickly, puts a new bolt in, and then pulls it back and fires at this other one, just dropping them both.
Nice. Any more movement or bonus actions for Millie?
She'll move right in there, and 15. Okay, that's where I'll go. Slightly behind this statue.
Your foot brushes up against a tripwire, but does not trigger it.
There's more
Cliff's
wires
like,
this
watch out
direction.
for that! Classic.
Any bonus actions for Millie?
Nope.
All right, next in the order is X.
Is there room for other people to squeeze by me and go around?
Yes. It takes, moving through your square takes double movement. Moving through an ally square in this corridor, this narrow tunnel, takes extra movement, but you can get past each other.
I'd like to put my initiative at 2.
Next in the order is Helena.
Since I have my reaction, is this like a full turn?
Yes, this will be a full turn.
We're not going where the goblins are at. I mean, well, can I see the one that's left? I mean, I can see it on the map. Can Helena see it?
Yeah, if you step out into the chamber, you'll be able to.
Like here?
Yeah, no, just there, where your character's at.
Oh, where she was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it.
All right. That's a hit.
10.
Feel free to describe or pass.
I'll pass.
Okay. Yeah, so just barely seeing the goblin's head and shoulders, you take it in the middle of the neck. The long, slender, silver arrow appears as you draw the string back and vanishes as the goblin falls dead.
And now that that's out of the way, I'd like to come... Where did my rats go? Weird. Oh, did you move them back into the...
Yeah, because they're just behind you.
Okay.
So we want them to come out into the room.
I kind of want to... I don't know, I don't like getting ahead of anybody, but, I don't know, I guess I could. I've got the movement. But there's a bunch
I
of...
say watch out for the trips. And you see Clifford's just a mess. He's covered in goo and flames, and I'm pretty sure it's pretty much clear between you and me right now, but that's about all I can speak to.
I don't think I have, I can't, check anything if I go over there, can I?
You could spend your action to investigate.
Yeah, well, I mean, I shot one arrow, so...
Okay, so yeah, then you couldn't do that then.
Okay. That's why I wasn't sure. And I'm sorry about the arrow that won't go away. I don't know what I did.
That's all right.
You killed it. You killed it.
Well, 20 does that sometimes. You can hear movement on the other
Next
side of
turn.
the door.
Next time we can help each other. We can do it together.
Together.
Yeah.
Okay, as I said, you can hear movement on the other side of the door. A small set of footsteps and larger, more heavy-set figure.
Bugbear maybe?
Perhaps. Pretty likely.
Well, I pull out that vial. I want to be ready. I want to be ready with that.
Okay. So you can ready it, but you couldn't ready the action to throw it since you've already used your action by making an attack.
You got it in your hands. What is it? A vial of what?
It's some sort of explosive.
Oh, nice.
It's the traps that you triggered in the stairway.
And then I guess we're just gonna keep the rats back a bit, or where they're at's fine.
Okay. It's easy enough to move through their space for sure.
I mean, maybe Bubby can go here. Letting Clifford protect him.
He scampers up against the wall, kind of wedged in behind Clifford, looking nervously eastward. All right, so anything else for Helena? You've pulled the bomb out and an arrow shot.
Nah, I think that'd cover it. Kill the goblin.
All right. Merlin can attempt to dash. 10, 20. as gears and some whining, clank in his armor, some whining sound within the joints of his plate armor, as he quickly weaves in between you all, moving up the stairway, past and through the cluster of rats. His crossbow sort of snaps down, aiming behind him toward the door, and he shouts in Goblin, something only Clifford understands. Weaklings of the stone! Merlin has come in fury! Next in the order is Clifford.
All right. Well, I'm nervous about the door. So, Cliff, I imagine there's rocks and boulders and junk around that he can do a catapult spell with.
Yeah, there's enough to catapult. Small chunks of rock here and there.
Yeah, like 1 to 5 pounds. So he's gonna ready action with this rock that starts to sort of lift off the ground using the staff. The rock lifts kind of up in the air and starts to spin. And as it spins, it kind of snowballs and gathers and starts to grow. I'm going to ready action to launch that thing down the hallway when the door opens.
Nice.
I could open the door myself, but I feel like I might rather just allow other people to have a moment to collect themselves before the doors open. So he's going to be polite and wait for his due with launching it. So yeah, when the door opens, he's going to launch a catapult. And I had a thought. I wanted to ask: can he launch the what Helena's holding in her hand? Launch it down the hallway, and what would that effect be? Can he catapult an alchemical item?
I would say yes.
All right, and it would add that much damage or whatever. So
yeah,
okay, yeah. So he'll kind of eye
effects. They get different saves,
Yeah. So I'll kind of eye Helena and you'll see the vial start to kind of maybe grow in your hands, and it sort of shakes and sort of starts to float in the air and almost like starts to leave your hands. You're welcome to kind of grasp it and hold on to it if you want to, but it's come to life. It's kind of got a mind of its own as it's shaking and shivering, and you can tell that he's like it's like wants to go through the door. So it's almost alive, wanting to go through the door right now. And I'll call that my action. Wait for anyone else.
All right. Nice. Next in the order is Lokag.
About time. Lokag is going to move. So it's got 55 feet. So that'll be 20 feet of movement to get past X, right? Or is Lokag... Can Lokag finagle this? X, you're going to have to,
Yes, you can. You will need to... it'll take 10 more feet of movement for you to move through X's space, however.
Okay. Then my entire turn, I will get out of the chamber.
Okay, so
I will get as far as I can, probably right here to
20 will get you
bridge.
there. 30 will get you there.
Okay. So, well, it'd be 10 plus 10 plus an additional 10. So it would be 30. So that would be where I'm at is 40, right? Or did I misunderstand?
So, let's see.
Sorry.
Yeah, I got a little bit confused there. So, no, right there should be 30 by my way I'm doing it.
Cool.
I'm counting it.
30, and then I will use my remaining... Gosh, do I still have 25 feet of movement? Okay, that's exciting. Mm-hmm. This is all exciting. We're going to go 10... Beautiful. I'm here at the door.
You can open it if you want to. Open it if you want to.
Yeah. Lokag. Let's see. We haven't done any actions or bonus actions. So bonus action, we're going to rage.
Nice.
Okay. We're going to rage with Bear because I think I'm about to get hurt. So I'm going to rage with Bear.
Go Bears.
Go Bears.
You just rip the door, just rip the entire door off.
And let's see. So, can I click this little button and open this door?
Yes, you can.
I clicked it.
Beautiful.
Great. Door's open. I guess I do want to like come into a lot of traps. Before I'd open
So then
the door, I may want to, use my action to investigate this door.
Okay.
If that's acceptable before opening it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna close it back.
That would take your action to do that.
That is fine. I'm good with this. Perfect. I'm very good at investigation. 2.
Does not seem to be trapped.
I open the door.
Okay.
There you go.
There is immediately a. Let's see here. So let's see. Immediately there is a javelin that sails towards you from just on the other side of the door. To your ears, though, the figure was hidden. So it's going to make that attack with advantage. With a 12, that is going to miss Lokag.
And does Clifford get his...
No, I don't have that.
should Clifford do the catapult now?
Yeah.
Is it a save or it's a attack? Dex save.
All right. So which one are you targeting with it?
I'll say the green belly. Oh, actually, no, go through them. So first the bugbear and then the green belly, because if it misses one, it keeps going to the other. So it flies out of Helena's hands, past the bugbear into the green belly. Hopefully hits one of them. So first the bugbear save and then the green belly.
Okay. At the same time, the goblin flings out its hand and a glob of glowing green, like ooze, flies forward toward Helena, forcing Clifford, Helena, and Lokag to make dexterity saving throws. And of course, Clifford, you'll make that with advantage.
Oh, what's causing the...
A spell
Dang.
that the goblin is
Oh,
casting.
spell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it's an area.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
I'm gonna use my inspiration to re-roll that dex save.
Okay.
Next.
Wow. Okay. Well, it was just not meant to happen.
It seems like
17
not.
on...
Woo. That is rough.
All right. The bugbear fails his save as the vial of explosives arcs toward him. All right, give me just a moment.
That was 15 damage on the whatever alchemical bombage on whoever doesn't save.
All right. Looks like the bugbear managed to save this time versus the alchemical explosive. The goblin did not. I'm going to use inspiration. Re-roll that save for the goblin, and it's still going to fail.
Cool. Boom. I rolled, what I got. I rolled damage for that. 15 damage.
Okay.
On the, plus whatever you get for the alchemical.
Roll another 3 die 8. Meanwhile,
Another 3 die 8.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Well,
Wow. Another 15.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. The bugbear gives a ragged scream of pain as he succumbs to both fire and bludgeoning damage. He's hit in the head with this thing, and the fire cascades over him, billowing out in a 10-foot radius.
Nice.
So Lokag's going to need to make another dexterity saving throw.
I didn't do that so good the first time, but I'm going to keep going.
Does he get cover from the doorway?
Golly! An 11.
Mm.
Man.
Does not.
Just
All right. So you will take a total of 22.
Add your,
What's
add your
that?
bless, buddy.
Oh, yeah. I have bless. I don't think it'll help, but we'll see. A 12. Does it make a difference?
Does not. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
So that's a total of 22. That's acid and fire.
Beautiful. I'm resistant to both.
Oh, I'm
Thank
sorry,
you,
hold on
Bear.
just a moment.
Beautiful. I'm glad you're up front.
Nice. Let's see here. Clifford, you take no acid damage. Helena, you take 7 acid damage.
I would like to use my reaction
Okay.
to Stone's Endurance this magic attack.
The magic attack or the fire that comes from the alchemical vial that explodes? The fire did more damage.
The fire damage.
Okay.
Let me make sure. When you take damage, you can... Yeah, just when you take damage.
Okay. So you will instead take 7.
All right. Stone's Endurance is... Well, I only reduced that fire damage by 4.
Okay, so you take.
So,
Okay, so you take 11 fire damage.
okay. So 11 fire damage, so half that to 5. And then how many for the acid?
The acid was 7.
7 total. So 4?
3.
3. Yeah.
Helena,
8
you were
in
about to
total.
ask
Oh,
something?
cool.
Yeah, I was muted and I didn't know it, but I was asking if using my bless would have made a difference. I
see.
asked that much earlier, didn't know I was muted.
Oh, that's fine. It could make a difference, yeah, with
T4.
that 10.
Roll it.
I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
Oh.
Success. You take no acid damage.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Beautiful.
All right, and Lokag, that is. Let's see here. Your object interaction to open the door. Your action to investigate. Bonus action was to rage. So I think that's Lokag. So does Lokag say anything as he throws the door?
Ow!
open? Acid and fire explodes everywhere.
That's it. Just ow.
Fair.
Hey, Brian, you know those dice have numbers on them besides 1s and 2s?
Dude, tell me about it. That was brutal. All right, go on.
All right. From around the corner steps a figure that you all recognize from the temple. The large bugbear in the hide robe that's painted in bright, jagged lines that seem to cut across and underneath each other. Chants and fog begins to billow out.
Hmm.
Next in the order is X. Make sure this measurement is right.
Okay, so X is going to have to stumble his way around here a little bit. It looks like I can get in here behind Helena and Lokag, though, right?
Yeah. He'll still
X.
might still be in the cloud of fog.
I can't get my character out from behind this.
You need to
gotcha.
move him to the wall.
I'm stuck. couldn't turn on no clip mode. Okay, am I in the fog there or no?
No. No longer
Okay.
any fog there.
Then I will. There's a little green belly there. He looks wounded. Let's toll the dead. Shall toll him. Or whom the bell
Yeah, he took some
tolls.
splash damage earlier, yeah?
Yeah, he took some
Yeah,
fire
so-
damage.
Yeah. Is there a pit behind him? Can't tell
No,
if that's
it
like
is walls.
a hole in the ground. Ah, okay, cool.
Is Wisdom 18 saved?
Whoa.
The goblin laughs and says something. Clifford, you understand? The one-eyed's magic is stronger.
Ugh. Then X will use his bonus action to fade back into the fog a little bit. I'm done.
All right. The goblin points its finger at Lokag as it begins chanting and muttering in a language that is, Clifford, you do not recognize as the goblin tongue.
Mm.
It sounds to X like deep speech. But as it flings its fingers out toward Lokag, it makes a grasping sort of fist very slowly, forcing a wisdom saving throw from Lokag.
With bless.
With bless.
Thank you. Wisdom saving throw, go. Come on. Okay, a 4. I rolled another 2.
My goodness.
Your dice are not your friend.
Dude, that is ridiculous.
Lokag, you are paralyzed as some magic seems to take over your nervous system.
Man.
Greenbelly darts around the corner to the south.
Keep being paralyzed.
Next, Gravelix comes out into the fog cloud. Yeah, he'd probably get... Yeah, he's just going to come in and hide. So coming around to the top of the order. For some reason it skipped Millie. Dang it. Is Millie.
All right. So I do have blind sense here, so I'm gonna move around in this fog cloud a little bit.
Alright, what's the range on your blind sense?
A whopping 10 feet. Hold my action to attack any enemy that may come nearby me
Okay.
within the range of 5 feet to my blind sense.
All right. Keeping your crossbow out, I presume.
No, I'll switch to my sword.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, something comes up on you. All
Yep.
right. All right. The next in the order is Helena and her rattlings. Oh, I think you're muted, by the way. Pon Pon.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry, it took me a second to notice.
Okay. So, she sends her rats to use their senses to detect foes on the outside of our fog barrier. First, the swarm of rats. Straight ahead. They can go 30.
30, yeah.
Unless, yeah. So they'd still be in it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
There, and then... And, I don't know what to do with Helena.
The goblin ran deeper into the chamber to the south. The caster
like-
Greenbelly.
I mean, Helena's foolish. She's not that foolish.
Cliff's right behind you. He'll be following you in there. I think he's heading east or west.
I mean, we can at least go here and check out what I can see.
Yeah, give me just a moment to reveal. There are crates piled up in the southern end of the chamber. The corridor continues off west.
Well, there he is.
Well, I'm gonna shoot him,
Yeah,
That's fair.
awesome.
obviously.
Not always obvious. Sometimes you do something that's more subtle.
It's true, it's true. I appreciate you seeing Helena for who she really is. Nuanced and thoughtful
Sometimes.
sometimes.
Just enough.
There it is. Pew!
21 is going to hit.
Do I need to pew pew? Because I'll do it again.
The goblin is still up.
Alright.
17 is going to hit as well.
Do they need to make a concentration check?
No.
The fog is from the guy to the east.
For the paralysis?
No,
Oh,
the
right.
paralysis is gone. Helena, you can feel free to describe or pass as you take on the
Nice.
goblin.
She kind of like does a slide into the room as she's like holding her crossbow ready to shoot him because she knew she wasn't far behind him, you know, and just fires off two real quick, and they go right through Greenbelly's little green belly. And little green guts all over the floor. And Greenbelly was no more.
Nice. All right, you still have. I think you still have some more movement, or your bonus action.
Well, yeah, let's move just a little bit further, just to see if we can see stuff. I think I can only move like 1 square.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, you definitely see another magic circle to the north. You saw that as you came through the chamber.
Ugh, it's another one of them stupid circles.
Seems to be a messy pile of rags and once fine tapestries that have been slept on and probably eaten on. There's crates that are definitely from the city. You can see some of the markings in Dwarvish and Elvish and Common.
Helena reflects on how they're not that different. She made the right choices? Is this really kind? Or is she misreading the situation? It's too late now. She has to press forward.
She's in it now. All your allies backing you up. Alright. Anything else?
That's it for me. Nope.
Marlon, not knowing exactly what is happening, feels his way eastward, or westward, and moves into the chamber. Where is the wizard? He shouts as he powers past Helena, leaps over the small brazier to the far side of the chamber. Appears on the other side. Ha! Greenbelly's magic is weak! Marlon will take it! What does Clifford do?
I'm gonna run on in there. I think it's safer in here than to the other direction, and I said I'd back up Helena. So that'll get Clifford to in front of Helena, I guess. Just think the walls are funny. Almost with the. Has it been 10 minutes since this mess started?
No.
Is he still jumpy? Okay, he's not jumpy anymore. So I think that's from here. I'm just going to take in, what is his passive perception? 19. Tell him about the room, the wizard. Mostly, like, he's interested in Greenbelly, too.
Okay, yeah, I mean, aside from crates that are clearly from the surface, it looks like alchemical supplies, herbs, and things like that. Spoiled bedding, a large tub, looks like some sort of wash tub. Torn...
And on Greenbelly?
On Greenbelly?
Yeah, like anything interesting.
Nothing that's obvious that stands out. He has a curled, thin staff made of stone. It's the same reddish stone as the goblin stone itself. He has various pouches. A couple of them bulge with some sort of maybe potion vials.
He'll look to Merlin and say, save me a potion or two. I'm a little beat up and I could use a few enhancements if you understand. Yeah, that's it. I think Clifford, with that, he'll, I think he'll actively be just sort of keeping an eye on things and just being aware. He'll do that as his action. His action is just being aware.
Okay. Merlin says,
yeah.
Merlin does not care for potions! But he looks back with a gleam in his visored eyes as he looks back to the magic circle to the north.
Ah.
What does Lokag do?
So, Lokag is no longer paralyzed, correct? Okay. Having heard the bugbear come out, cast his little cloud spell from behind him, he smiles wide, feeling that a true challenge is near. And he's going to dash, well, not dash, but, quickly make his way straight through the fog using all 55 feet of movement out to the other side. Longstrider's still on, right? It hasn't been an hour since
Correct.
we left the place. Okay, then yeah, all 55 feet of movement. He'll break from the fog, and he'll strike a pose standing there, and he'll smile at Garbash the Strangler and say, we are those who killed Lifechoker. You are here for a good fight, yes? And just kind of like post up, kind of like posturing a little bit.
The bugbear does not understand your words, but he clearly understands your posture and your gestures. His eyes dart left and right, kind of looks over his shoulder. You think the answer to that is no.
Okay. Then, so Lokag, seeing that this guy might be a coward, or might be having some tricks up his sleeve, is going to, as he's standing there with his polearm, he's going to use his foot to kick the polearm out so it spins over the back of his hand, and he's going to use it. He's going to sling it out with its full reach of 10 feet as a stabbing motion. And he's going to stab at the Strangler once and then twice. And 2 quick thrusting motions for a 28 and a 24 to hit.
Both are going to
Nice. The dice have turned.
It only works when I'm damaging. For a, we're going to Savage attack the first one.
Okay.
For a 14 hit,
Nice.
for the 28 for 14 damage, and the 24 will do 10 damage. Quick stab, pull it back, and kind of circle the hammer back up with another kind of like spin for the pole strike. Getting a 19 to hit at the Strangler.
That is also a hit.
For an additional 11 damage.
Nice.
And Lokag is going to finish off with a really cool, he's just going to be posted up ready to riposte on this fool. And he's just going to smile and do the little, come here, like that. So he's ready.
The bugbear turns and darts away, provoking an attack of opportunity as it does so.
Lokag will take that attack of opportunity, getting a 25 to hit.
That's a hit.
Excellent. 9 damage.
The bugbear stumbles as it races around the corner, and you hear it dashes away. You hear its footsteps continue pounding on the red stone floor. You hear
Did it have
shouting.
to concentrate on cloud? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. So yes, it did have to concentrate on that. Thank you.
I thought I caught you at a pause. I just caught you at a breath.
No worries.
The damages were 14, 10, and 11.
Okay, so
And 9.
okay, so that would be a DC 10 for each of those then.
Mm-hmm.
The fog cloud fades as the figure darts away. It can be heard shouting through the stone. The garbled words reach Clifford's ears, and you understand. The warriors have come! They are in the shrine! Greenbelly is dead! Come! Defend the stone! It's like, shouting very, with tense breath and muscle, because it's kind of flexing its muscles, running. Its voice sounds somewhat strained. What does X do?
Still in initiative order, right?
Mm-hmm.
X is going to ping pong. He's going to run out. He's going to heal Lokag for 8 hit points, and then go back to the wall where he's at. And that's his turn.
Okay. Gravelix crosses the chamber. Oh, go ahead.
You had taken at least 8 hit points, right, Lokag? I'm not wasting that healing.
Exactly 8. Yes.
Nice.
Oh, I'm back to full health.
Gravelix crosses the chamber. Uses, he has not done anything to come out of stealth, so that's his movement and action to get across. And as we come round toward the top of the order, I think this is perhaps a good spot to pause for the session. The last of the combatants is fleeing, warning and trying to gather others. Greenbelly is dead. We'll have yet to sack his chambers. It looks as if, at least from Clifford and Helena's perspective, it looks as if Merlin is going to move toward that magic circle. He has a hungry look in his beady black eyes. All right. So a pretty intense session, starting out with some combat, ending off with some combat. The Strangler now having fled twice rather than do battle with what's clearly a very powerful group of champions who are now carving a path through the stone, regathering what was taken, and moving upward toward more delicate matters, and eventually the masters themselves. Heck yeah. Some combat, some action, some decision making there, some role play in between the heavy hits of combat. But how was everybody's session? Pon, how was your session? Any thoughts for you? How do you like the new bow?
I think the new bow's great. I like the 3 shots, of course. I like that it does a little bit more damage. The image individual in me liked the light from the other one. I give up a lot of power in video games just to look cool.
Yeah. Heard.
But I can get past that. It was a really fun session. I like that we had some battle, a little bit of movement and figuring stuff out, and then some more battle at the end. Kind of a nice little battle sandwich. I think that's. So yeah, and that I had to stab that heart. That's gross. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Get rid of it. What the heck? That's clearly something in this. Not okay.
Yeah, it definitely severed the magic holding that altar together. Yeah. Well, Locator, how about you? Any thoughts for you on the night?
I was just kind of chuckling to myself when she said she gives up a lot of power to look cool, and I'm thinking to myself, I give up a lot of looking cool just for power. No, it was an interesting session. We got further up into the stone, defeated the first set of hobgoblins, managed the stairs with only 40 traps going off, so that's pretty good. And the image of Lokag opening the door, and the dice were definitely telling a story, and he just stood there and did nothing well. Well, everything came at him, so that was a pretty fun moment. I don't know, living vicariously through other people's misery, I suppose. But, yeah. Overall, great session, man.
Heck yeah. Thanks. Jay Finke, how about you? Any thoughts for you on the night?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. As Helena said, the kind of the mix, the combat into kind of exploration and kind of that not really downtime, but that kind of exploration and trap kind of finding to get to this next area and then combat again. Giving on that being able to kind of see where we were that last session when you missed. Stabbing the Heart was interesting. So that's something I think any of us really thought on much of a last session either. So that was fun. Yeah, I'm curious if we missed anything by not searching around after we destroyed that altar, but that's not something my character would think of, so I just kept it to myself.
That's totally fair. Big Bri, how about you? Any thoughts for you on the night?
That series of dice rolls with the saves was crazy. I was mapping it out. I rolled a 4, a 3, a 2, a 2, a 1, and a 2.
Oh man!
And I was like, man, that's nuts. But I mean, I loved it. So I used all the tricks I could think of, and the dice were like, no, we are telling this story. So I'm looking very much forward to blindly chasing Strangler. Lokag is like, dude, there's got to be a good fight in this place somewhere, and he's gonna find it. He's determined.
Oh, he'll find it. Definitely. Unless the dice totally tell a different story.
Hey, as long as I'm making attack rolls and not saves, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, too bad they weren't traps,
Yeah, too bad.
Yeah. Well, Nick, how about you? Any thoughts for you on the session?
Speaking of traps, yeah, I felt like it was not so much exploring, but fighting traps. So I wasn't fighting goblins. He was just fighting traps, just attacking him from every angle. And it was really comedy. I thought it was pretty funny. Just everything, coming up the stairs, just walking into the room, like just existing is pain. I think that's Cliff's motto. So he's kind of over it now. He's just used to it. But I appreciate the backup and the support. I'm sorry to suck all your spells out of your all the slots are going to keeping Cliff standing. But yeah, so that was fun. It's exciting to kind of get to this climactic, where we get to see one of the masters, and I don't know what's going on with Merlin, but I'm definitely thinking I need an insight check or something, because he's like licking his chops at this, like he's gonna gain some great power for himself. So Cliff's like looking, going like, yeah, wait a minute. So
he definitely wants it. Yeah, definitely seems like
he becomes level 20 wizard next time.
So yeah, I'm excited to see how that goes.
Awesome. So to be clear, yeah, you all have not met one of the masters yet. Greenbelly was just a local wizard. There's there's multiple of these magic circles on the sort of middle area of the stone. He's just one of those sort of lower ranking magic users. The Strangler is also not one of the masters. He is a leader of bugbears, and is susceptible to some of X's arrows if X manages to bring those to bear. But he's not one of the masters of the stone. Yeah, those if Merlin was asked, would tell you they never leave their chambers high up in the stone, but that he does know how to get to them. And he's slowly but surely leading you all in that direction, because he, maybe a pit stop for a magic circle here notwithstanding, he's interested in challenging the masters, finishing them off. But you don't know what his plans are after that. Perhaps Merlin wants to take over the goblins of the stone. Perhaps he has some other plan entirely. But we'll have to find out in future sessions of Goblin Stone. Thank you, Mythlanders, both viewers and players. It's been an awesome Monday night. You all take good care of yourselves. Hit me up if you have any questions about anything. Feel free to join our Discord, and we'll see you next week. Night, everybody.
Night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm master of the ring, it's no big thing. With my weapon I swing, pain that I bring would make the bard sing. Some called me the king, but you don't have to call me that. It was the name the fans had for me, you know. You can call me Lokag, or just buy me another beer. I don't tell any lies, I'm massive in size. I think it's quite wise when my hammer flies. The naughty goblin dies, the pretty lady cries, but I can compromise, because I'm really cool and like to do my thing, you know. You can call me Lokag, or just buy me another beer. I can dance a jig, I can laugh real big, I can snap you like twig, put you in the brig. I don't wear a wig, I do eat like a pig, though please not that fig. I'm really not a fan of those day-type fruits, you know. You can call me Lokag, or just buy me another beer. I lead the group, cause I'm the poop. If you want the scoop, I'll keep you in the loop. Be part of my troop, then I'll give you really big hugs and stuff, because I do that with people I like, you know? You can call me Lokag, or just buy me another beer.
But me, I'm chaos. Some love order, but I'm out of control. I don't fit in, but that doesn't matter. Never wanted anything different anyway. I'm happy this way. I'm free, vermin lady for life, with a bow and a knife. A vermin lady brings death. Don't get in my way. I know the hidden paths, I'm under your feet. You look right past me, you don't even see, but that's fine by me. I got no use for your civilized ways that never look fun to me anyhow. I'm happy this way. I'm free, vermin lady for life, with a bow and a knife. A vermin lady brings death. Don't get in my way. Yeah, I like rats. Yeah, I like cheese. Yeah, I smell bad. I probably have fleas again. Some call me girl, some call me liar. Some call me thief, some call me for hire. You can call me that's my name, don't use it in vain, or your future will be filled with a swarm of rats. I'm happy this way. I'm free, vermin lady for life, with the bow and a knife. A vermin lady brings death. Don't get in my way.
You won't see me coming, I disappear for fun. Name's clear for me and the shadows are one. I'm after a bounty, won't help them to run. They'll notice me when I fire again today. This coffee is a bit cold for my liking. People what live in comfortable homes with pretty gardens, they just never get to see much of the world. Me, I go everywhere, get hired to run down scum for money, but also 'cause I don't like 'em much. You won't see